right, so we are back. If you are just now chiming into this, we are currently 0-2. And we play until we either win 7 games or lose 7 games. So we're either really far from the end of this campaign or creeping ever so closely to the end of my demise. So, let's see. This game, we have the additional food shortage that we're going to have to deal with this game. We did unlock some more townsfolk to help us out. And yeah, let's just dive right in and see what happens today. So let's go ahead and harvest. So I'm going to get 4 cards. I'm going to get 1 labor, a cowrie shell, and a provision. And nothing else at this time. So let's see what we have here. Looks like more meeples. So hopefully not a repeat of last time where all I had were a bunch of people. Let's go ahead and get a couple more provisions. Why not? That'll help us be able to get some more townsfolk if this is the case. I need 2 yellows and a blue. Right now I currently only have 1 yellow. Or I could get 1 yellow. I could get a second one here. Which I like that, and I could get it for free. So let's just go ahead. Let's do that. Let's or I could just get, actually let's get cards. I want the card. I'm gonna spend this to get my archer. So we have 1. I'm going to need a brick if I can't, which I could have spent that. Since I gained the yellow, let's say I did burn it. Let's say I did. Get the yellow and get a brick, just in case. And it'll be good for building. I have some fighters and some riders, or I could use it to pay this storage, or this food shortage stuff. Yeah, let's try to get rid of this early. So let's do the fish, and let's do the meat. And since I did the meat, I do get a little reward after I finish the second one, which is going to be a cowrie shell. So we're gonna have that, and then let's kind of replenish some of these townsfolk. So I'm gonna spend the 1 to get another townsfolk, and I will spend another to get this one. I'm not gonna be able to fight that guy yet. Let's go ahead and place my yellow here to gain a provision. So I have 1 labor, 2 cowrie shells, 2 provisions. I'm gonna hold off on buying these more expensive things. I'll have the brick. I don't have the labor in order to do that, and I know I didn't upgrade, but I didn't really. Of the cards I had, I wasn't super thrilled. I didn't know if I wanted to go heavy on labors again. So yeah, so we're gonna hold off again, and we'll see if that is to our benefit. Who knows? Maybe I'll get lucky. I know I'm gonna be able to get the blue for free. I could get another yellow potentially to be able to fight that guy. So let's just end there. So that's the end of my actions. I don't have to return the barge. Let's suffer my attacks. So I have to pay a brick. So let's pay that to bribe him. That one's good. And then we're going to reset. So these are going to slide down. This one will also slide down to make room for the new barbarian. Apparently blue spearmen are what we're looking at right now. And here are our new townsfolk. And then we're going to jump right back into harvesting. So I get my 4 cards. So I know I'm going to have to do this round. I get another labor. I get another cowrie shell and a provision. And let's see what we have. Oh, we have a couple of the new cards here. Actually, this one we unlocked, I think, the first game, which is a nice one to have. And all of them want me to get yellow and blue. I don't really want that, but I mean, I will need yellow at some point, so it might be nice. Let's go ahead. I can get another labor. Let's go ahead and let's build the first part of the canal. We know we're going to have to do it. So I'm going to pay the 2 laborers, 2 cowrie shells to build this canal. I'm going to get 1 brick and a wood. But I am going to pay the one, which was a wood. Okay, and so this is going to go back in the box. And now I've unlocked another building space. So here we go. I have the brick. I could get 2 more. I could make my laborers a little bit more. Or I could go ahead and build a farmhouse. I could finish. I don't want to lose this. This is I don't want to spend that. These are wilds, which I like, but I'm not super desperate. I mean, maybe something good will come from fulfilling that. I don't know. We want... Oh, man. I really don't want to get behind on barbarians again, though. Oh, I should have got this yellow guy back, too. So I have the 1 yellow. I could get everybody, and I probably should. Otherwise, I'm just going to be asking to get beat down a little bit here. So let's go ahead. Let's get a labor for now. Let's, for this guy for free, we're going to get rid of him to get a spearman. So I have the spearman. I have the archer. I need 1 more archer. I can get one there. So let's go ahead and spend this provision to dismiss that one and get another archer. So we have our 2 archers and our spearmen here. And I just need another provision, which I can get by just going here. So I'll get that provision. And let's go ahead and spend these 3 provisions and these guys to get rid of this one. So I get a cowrie shell and a labor. And now at least I have the cowrie shells to pay for that one. Let's go ahead. Ooh, I could get the 2 wood and we could start. Maybe we go with spearmen if blue is the thing, but yellow, I will need yellow at some point. So that's also, but let's go ahead and get the 2 wood. Let's go ahead and build this first, because I'm not really sure what color I'm going to need, but having another laborer would help, as I'm going to need it at some point. So let's spend the labor, the brick, and a wood to build this first farmhouse. And let's go here and get the provision. So I'm going to get that provision. And I still have these where I can draw more cards. I just am not trying to do too much. Let's make sure we keep getting more cards in our deck. So I'm going to spend this to gain this one. I don't really want blue and yellow. I feel like that really limits me if I do that for my harvest. I don't really care for it. I like being able to draw, but I'm also going to be going through my deck pretty quickly. So I could do that at least once, right? Or do I just take the blue or get a yellow, because I know I'm going to need yellow. Fine. Let's do this. Let's put that there. We know we're going to need yellow at some point anyway if we hope to finish. This guy, let's do that. Let's get a cowrie shell and we'll draw this top card. And I get another one. This is what I would have rather have had. Dang it. I would have rather have had a laborer than a yellow, but... Or do I just use it for the wheat? Let's go ahead and do it. Maybe we'll get something good. Let's do this. Okay. So I'm going to use that because that counts as anything. So I've fulfilled my food shortage. So let's go ahead and read what number 23 says. So 23 says, our stores only just managed to get us through the winter, but every stomach is full and the workers are healthy and healthy enough to carry on our work. I have assigned more foragers to search wider for resources. We have come a long way to redeem the losses from the fire that swept through our camp, but there's still need for more. Oh, come on, man. Each year the camp grows, as does the mouths to feed. With all the comings and goings, it is hard to find time to figure out just how the fire started. I have assigned Boyi my faithful and dedicated assistant to investigate. He seems to believe we are still losing food from the store and has made it his mission to solve this trouble for me. Still no sign of demon monkeys. So, this food shortage card is going to go in our history pile. Sounds like I'm not going to be able to get out of this anytime soon. I'm going to place the town folks cards that I use for the shortage in the discard. And then I'm going to find 27 in the box, and I'm going to put it under other setup for future games. As with the previous shortage, this is a new one that you'll need to complete in order to win the next game. Come on. Really? All right. 27, I guess. I'm hoping at some point they're like, wow, you've done so much. Whoops. Okay, well, this looks more promising. So next game, it better be. Some of these have to be good, right? It can't just be more difficult. I'm assuming at some point they're like, wow, you've really done a great job. It's probably going to be like, oh, you found it. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we'll find the guy and we'll have to fight him or something. I have no clue. Anyway, at least we're done with the food shortage if we want to try and win this game. So that's going to take care of that. I think I'm all out of actions. So let's go ahead and we would return the barge. Suffer the attack. So I'm going to spend 2 cowrie shells to pay off this guy. And then we're going to refresh. So this is going to slide down. This one's going to slide down. We're going to get a new barbarian. Looks like riders are now coming into the fray that are needed. And we have some more townsfolk. Alright. And then we're going to go ahead and harvest for the next round. So I'm going to gain a labor for here. And then down here I'm going to draw 4 cards. However, I have to shuffle first, which means the flood is going to advance. And I think my deck has probably stayed pretty stable with that. Because you start with 10 cards in your deck, so my hope is that it stayed pretty stable. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And we still have 4, so I know I'll have another turn. And provisions and labor is great. So at least I can buy stuff, I guess. I don't know. Alright, so then I get another labor here. I get a cowrie shell and a provision. And then I can retrieve this guy, and I'm going to get a yellow, which I don't need now. So great. So glad. Maybe we should just race to the end. Okay. So we have laborers. We have blue. We have wood. We have no brick. Unless I burn this, which I'm really trying not to burn through cards. So let's just take this one, just for the sake of keeping our hands full. I do want to keep at least 1 barbarian at bay this round. So let's go ahead. We don't need the yellow, so let's use him to get a provision. I wouldn't mind getting a wood, and if I fight him, how the heck am I going to fight him though? That's the thing. I pay a provision to get a red. I still need 2 blue. How do I get the blue? You don't. You don't get the blue. I could draw a card and get a cowrie shell and hope that that gives me something I can use. I feel like I'm either playing really poorly or I'm just not getting good cards for what I need. If I'm going to have a lot of these, which I could have a lot of laborers, I just would now need them to be different colors. I could get rid of this to get the brick, but I don't have the wood in order to build it to make them blue. Let's spend this to get 2 provisions. Okay. So then maybe I can at least get a red there. No brick, though. I could get a cowrie shell and then spend it to get the brick, but then I don't have the wood. And I need at least 3 provisions to fight him. It's a lot for not a lot, I feel like. I could build the canal, knowing I only have one turn left, and see what we get. We're not going to lose anything. And I guess I could just pay those. I don't know. Let's build the canal and see what happens and go from there, because we know we're gonna have to shuffle. So 2 laborers, 2 cowrie shells to build the next part of the canal, which now means my barbarians are gonna have 2, but I'll get a brick and I'll get the wood, which will allow me to potentially get some stuff here. So I get the brick, I get the wood, and then I got to read number 42. 42. Come on, something good. I'm starting to think all of these golden shells are mostly bad. All right, another canal completed. Another hand of rebels been scouting the camp along the river. Great. The floodwaters flow away from essential lands and into streams and rivers, creating safe land to farm and settle. It is my hope that these men and women will see the restoration of this land and come to help complete this righteous work. In later seasons, you will need to create more canals to take the flood all the way to the sea where it can finally rest. But for today, we will celebrate the work of our hands. That sounds promising. So I construct this under history. And then I gain find 46 and place it face down on top of the barbarian draw pile. Great. So we get a baddie, number 46, which we're going to see very soon, apparently. Oh, great. Look at that one. Yay. 3 guys of any color. And he goes on top of the draw pile. All right. Well, that's not fun. I can get the red. I can get them. I think we'll do it. We're just gonna go with it and see what happens. I'm gonna spend this guy. I'm gonna get the cowrie shell, and I'm gonna get to draw a card. Oh, and then I am going to build one of these outposts. So I'm gonna spend a brick, 3 wood, and the laborer in order to, and it's gonna have to be blue. It's gonna have to be blue because I'm gonna need the cowrie shells in the future. So blue, let's go here and let's go ahead and get the red. So I can get the red there. I can use both of these to get the 2 laborers that can be like the blue. I can then spend 3 provisions, 2 laborers as spearmen, and 1 fighter to defeat this guy, where I'll get 2 cowrie shells and a wood. So wood, 2 cowrie shells. I have 1 provision left. I can get some extra guys. I can get some extra wood, set myself up here. I would just need the brick. Yeah. I definitely can't fight him, obviously. So let's just go ahead and spend this to get 2 wood. And then do I spend the provision? Yeah, I might as well, I guess. So I'm gonna spend the provision in order to get this guy. Yeah, because I have to keep my deck up. And I don't want to have to wait till next turn to do that. And it's all going to get shuffled together anyway. I do need a provision, though, for him. So I'm going to spend 2 cowrie shells to get a provision. And that is it, I believe. So, that's it. So, done with my actions. Return this one here. I'm going to suffer an attack. So I'm going to pay 1 provision. And then I am going to that's it. So I need to refresh. So this is going to move over. I now am bringing out 2 barbarians. So we have the newly horrible as well as this one. I'm going to take this back as we are now going to harvest. So I get a labor. I get to draw 4 cards. I only have 3. So I'm going to shuffle this, which means this is going to advance. Man, oh man. Okay, I'm gonna draw one more. Let's see what we have. We have a rider. We can get the blue. I would just need an extra rider. Oh, and but anyway, I should continue getting my stuff. I get another labor, cowrie shell, and a provision. And now I get another cowrie shell, and I get a yellow. Okay, so there is that. What do we want to do? Oh, and I should refill this too, by the way. All right, well, there's some reds. I could use these yellows to fight off that guy, which will give me a card into my hand off the top of the deck. So why not? Let's do this first. I need the provision. So provision and a cowrie shell. I can spend 2 to get a provision. So let's do that. I'm going to get this. I'm going to spend this to get another yellow. So I have the 3 yellows. I'm going to spend 3 provisions to fight. I'm going to spend the 3 yellows to fight that guy. And this is going to let me get 1 off the top of the deck. There's the brick. That's nice. And that gets discarded. So into my hand. So now we're here. I can get a red. I can get the brick and treat these as a something. Let's see. I wouldn't have the provisions to fight anybody anyway. I need a provision and a brick though. So let's go ahead. Let's get that brick. So I'm not going to be able to fight them off. I'd love to be able to buy something here, but I don't think it's going to matter. Let's go ahead and get the... Man. Should probably build a hut at some point too, but I'm just not... I'm getting the wood, I just don't have the brick. Let's take this for free. That could help with the brick if I can get it. I could get a rider. Let's spend this to get a provision. So I have a provision. I could trash these, but I don't think that's going to be helpful to fight these guys off. So yeah, we'll take the rider and we'll take the laborer. Okay, and I think that's it. Yeah, that looks like it, unfortunately. So, I know the flood's not coming, which is good. I need the provision, I need the brick. I will turn these actually into provision, and I'm going to spend that provision to get this card. That way I can get some more stuff. So yeah, let's go ahead and pay. Let's bribe them with a brick and a provision. Then we're going to slide these down. Riders are definitely needed. Riders and fighters. And then another one of those. All right, so then we're back to harvesting. So get a laborer. I will clear him back. I get 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next time there'll be a flood, so I know I'm going to have to do something. Then I'm going to get... I don't think I took this labor yet. And I get a cowrie shell and a provision. And I get another cowrie shell. And I get a yellow, which is non-existent right now. Let's see, I have to fight people. But mine are blue. Let's... Can do that one. Alright, yeah, we're gonna have to do something here. Let's go ahead and let's spend this. So I'm gonna spend this to get a card, to get a cowrie shell, to get a brick. We're gonna have to do something here we're gonna have to make some drastic moves, I feel like. We have this. The flood would move, and so that's the problem there. Let's take this card for free. I need the 2 provisions to fight these guys off. I need to build the canal or I lose, so we might as well do that. So 3 laborers, 2 cowrie shells. Okay, so this comes off. Here, I get a brick and a wood, and I lose 2 cards. So there's 1. Oh, and this is that one. Great. And then I shuffle, so this is moving up, and I lose this card. I am not feeling very confident in our ability, my ability, to win 7 games. I just don't. I don't even see how I could do it. I don't. This is rough. Rough indeed. I mean, because I got to fight these guys off. I'm trying to do this. I got to buy all these things in order to have more upgrades. Rough. And I feel like all the cards I get are always meeples. And they're never the colors that I need. So, I can build another thing. I have access to changing in color, but I don't want to have to do that if I don't have to. And I can get the laborers. So, I think that's the only way I can stay afloat here, because I'm going to have to fight off some of these guys. I'm going to have to draw 2. So let's pay the brick and 3 wood and the labor to build another outpost. And we're going to make this one do I go red? Maybe? Yeah, I'm thinking red might be the best because I had 3 cards with red. So I guess we'll do red. We'll go here. We'll gain a provision because I'm going to need that to fight anyway. I'm going to spend these. I get a lot here. I could get 4 guys, but I don't have provisions. And I'm going to run out of cards if I keep going down this route. But I think we got to do something. Got to do something. So let's burn these. Let's get 2 laborers. Let's get a fighter and an archer. I'm just at this. I'm not giving up, but I feel like I gotta shoot for the moon, make something happen here. I have reds and yellows. I have 3 provisions, so I would need 1 more provision in order to. Well, I would need 2 provision. No, 1 more provision to fight 2 groups. So I could do yellow, red, yellow. Or what am I thinking? 2 reds and a yellow. And then this could be a red, blue, red, red. I would need a blue. I could spend this. I get a blue. Right? So I have what I need to fight him. I have what I need to fight him. I have the brick to pay off that guy. I just need provisions. So I'm going to use this rider to gain a provision. And I think that should be good. So let's fight him first. So 2 reds and a yellow to get 3 cowrie shells. 1, 2, 3, which I'll probably need for when I build the next thing, because I'm going to have to build it probably. And then over here, I'm going to spend 2 reds and a blue, but I should pay I didn't pay the 2 provisions, and then I got to pay 3 provisions for this guy. So I'll spend that. I'll get this. So now I get 2 cowrie shells and a brick. Well, now I got brick and no wood. So We fought 2, so we'll at least stay the same. I can get provisions to get cards. I think I'm going to have to. So let's spend... I have 6 cowrie shells. I'll keep 2 for when I need to build that. But I need a provision, and I have a brick. So I'm going to get 2 provisions for 4 cowrie shells. 1, 2. We're going to use one of these provisions to gain a card. So I'm going to spend that, and we're going to take... I kind of want that, I guess, because at least I get to draw a card to get a cowrie shell. I'm not necessarily always wanting fighters, but barbarians seem to be my biggest issue whenever I play this game. So, but I only need 1 fighter anyway, and so we're going to take this one. So I spent it. I'm going to take that one. I need to save these. I'm going to save that. I think that's it. Yeah, I think we're going to stop there. So then I'm done. We're going to return the barge. We're going to suffer an attack, so I'm going to pay the brick. Whoops. And the provision to bribe them, and then we're going to refresh. So let's move these down. So I still have 2. 1, 2. And then some new townsfolk here. All right. And then we're back to our harvest. So labor, 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have a couple, hopefully another turn before another labor, or the flood advances. So I got my labor here. I got my 4 cards. I got another labor, cowrie shell, and a provision. And now I get 2 cowrie shells here. And then I get a yellow, which is becoming relevant potentially again. So let's see what we have here. Oh, I don't have the laborers. Oh, I should retrieve him. I don't have the laborers to build the next piece of the canal. I need 1 more, and I don't think that's going to happen here. So I can fight off one of those guys to get a laborer, but I'd have to spend a laborer in order to get it. I can get a brick. I would need 1 more brick, and none of these guys up here give me a brick. I can get 1 there. 1, 2, 3. No, not enough fighters. Let's go ahead. I'm going to take this one for your future turn. I think I'm going to need provisions at some point soon, but right now I need to fight at least one of these guys because I'm going to need some stuff to fight. I need lots of stuff. I could turn one of these into a rider if I wanted to. And get a rider. These are already a blue. I'm gonna need one if I can't pay those off. Tricky. Yeah. Actually, instead of taking this card, I'm going to get rid of it to take the red, and then I have the laborers and the riders over there. And at least then this is a little bit more manageable on paying, and I can spend these since I'm obviously not building anything. So I'll spend 4 to get 2. I'm going to spend the 3 provisions. I don't want to just fight the most expensive guy, but he's the one that seems the easiest to get to. I'll spend these, fight him, so I get a labor, and I get a cowrie shell. I have this if I could fight him, but I don't have the provisions. Well, at least not yet. I'm going to do this to get a provision and a cowrie shell. I'm going to... I need to have at least this to pay if I can't make this work. I can get another rider, because at the very least I'll need them in the future. I can get a yellow here, and I can get a brick. I don't think that's gonna really help me, but I guess I'll get it. I'm not trying to burn through, but I can do a brick and a provision if I get rid of it. Sure, why not? Brick and a provision. Let's spend these two. Yeah. Let's spend these two to get a provision. And let's go ahead. I can pay the brick and the wood fee, which is I'm not as worried about. But let's go ahead and fight this guy. So I'm going to spend 2 provisions to pay 2 riders, and the labor will be the spearman to get rid of him. So I get 1 cowrie shell and 1 labor. Then I just have to pay the wood and the brick for that. And I don't have to worry about a flood right now. I mean, I have to worry at some point, but not right now. Let's place a yellow here to gain a provision, but then I want to spend this provision because I want to get this guy. It's a lot of provisions, potentially good stuff there. I do want that one, but I'll wait, and I might get rid of them so I can get another rider to try and fight them off. I have everything I need to fight them off. I just don't have the provisions. So my hope is I can at least get 1 or 2 of these guys that are coming up gone, and I can maybe advance. I don't know. We're gonna have to focus on getting that done though. So yeah, fun stuff. Okay, I think with that, I think I'm done. So I'm gonna suffer my attacks. I'm gonna lose a wood and a brick. And then I'm going to reset everything. So we are at least maintaining, but I feel like when I'm just maintaining, I'm not actually progressing on my canal. I'm just pushing it off to the next round and hoping I get better cards. All right, so let's go ahead and harvest. So I get labor, 4 cards, which is what I have left here. And then I get another labor, a cowrie shell, and a provision. And 2 more cowrie shells, and another archer, which now they're definitely out there. So I'm actually happy to see that because I have everything I need to fight them. I just need laborers to do this. So if I could fight 2 of those and do that, that would be great. I need 2 laborers. Please have, yes! Woo-wee! Laborers. Thank you. And provisions. Thank you. I need the provisions. I'm going to need 5 provisions for that. I'll have the brick. I'll definitely have the, well, no, I won't have the yellow. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. One thing at a time. So let's go ahead. I'm going to have to probably, I don't necessarily have to burn cards. I feel like I can get quite a bit here. So let's get 2 laborers. Okay, so I have the 3 laborers. I'm gonna have to shuffle because I'm gonna lose 2 here. But let's go ahead and let's get some stuff first. Let's get 2 provisions. Okay. Let's fight some of these fools. So let's pay 2 archers and a fighter. Well, I'm gonna pay my 2 provisions. 2 provisions, 2 archers and a fighter to get rid of this guy. That's gonna give me 3 cowrie shells. 1, 2, 3. I think I'm building up some more cowrie shells, which is nice. I'm then gonna fight off this guy. So I'm gonna pay, I need 3 provisions. So let's spend 2 cowrie shells to get a provision. We're gonna spend 3 provisions and then 2 archers and a spearman. Fight this guy, so I get 2 more. I get those 2 cowrie shells back and a wood. Okay, And then I need to build, so we're going to spend 3 laborers, and I'm going to have to draw 3 barbarians. This is going to be fun. 3 laborers, 2 cowrie shells to build here. So I get a brick and a wood, and I'm going to lose 2 cards. Yay for me. So with that being said, this is going to advance. I'm going to have to shuffle. I feel like we're always getting towards the end. We're always like on the edge of winning, like 2 away from winning, but then always on the edge of dying. So yeah, 2 cards gone. Okay, I have a cowrie shell and well, what can I do here? What can I do? What's up here? I probably should have paid attention to that earlier, but nothing that's really going to help me right now anyway. So let's get the provision in the cowrie shell. I'm going to have the yellow. I can get the red and the laborers. I have that for the canal because I know it's going to be tricky. And now we're going to have 3 of these guys. This one's going to come down here. I'm going to need provisions. Is there any way to get somebody? If I had a laborer, no laborers there. I'm going to have to hold on to my provisions, but then those don't really help me. Build another outpost. Interesting. Yeah, maybe I'll have to do that. Right now it looks like riders and fighters. But these are, I'm not gonna have enough room to bring out 3. I'm gonna have to do something here. So I'm gonna have to spend this provision. Spend this provision to, let's take this guy. And then I think I'm done. Or yeah, I might cash these in, but I'll save them. Who knows? I might need something. So let's go ahead and return the barge. I'm then going to pay brick, and I have to pay a yellow. I don't have a yellow, so I'm going to have to pay a guy, which is a rider, which would have been helpful for fighting guys. And then I need to refresh. So barbarians are at 5. I'm getting to the end of the barbarian deck here. Fighters look to be, because now I have to bring out 3. 2 townsfolk. Oh, fun stuff. Okay, let's go ahead and harvest. So labor, 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we know the flood's going to move. So it means we have to put some emphasis on building this up. Although it has a turtle shell on it, which doesn't make me feel good, because right now every single time I see storybook, I think bad stuff's gonna happen. Okay, provision this, and I get 2 more cowrie shells, and then I get a yellow. Okay. Well, what do we want to do? What do we want to do? Got to build the, I guess we might, if we know we're going to lose, let's unlock something while we lose. So let's, I have the cowrie shells, right? I'm going to have to do this because I'm going to end if I don't. So why not? So I have yellow. This can be used as a red. So I need 2 laborers. There's 1. Let's get a second laborer. Actually, let's get rid of this and get 2 laborers. So there's that. So I have my workers there. Let's spend the 3 cowrie shells for this to build this. Let's come over here. So I'm going to lose 2 cards, which are the 2 I have left. And I'm going to read story number 5. So, number 5. Come on, something good. Something that's going to turn the tides, kill all the barbarians. In all that I have done, in all that I have to deal with in this grand task, I never thought that I would be flooding homes myself. Oh, man. Earlier this morning, we released water into a canal we had been digging. It is a sight to see, the water being sent on a course that we intended, a beast tamed. It has happened many times now, and every time it brings me joy and a new sense of hope that we can achieve what my father could not. This morning, however, brought not only the divine sense of accomplishment, but also a man, a hermit from the look of him. It seems that in the course of diverting the flood's water, we have sent the river into his home and destroyed it. Thankfully, he was not home at the time and thus able to stand before us. But he is failing to see the benefit of this without a home to go back to. Perhaps I will talk to him about joining our camp. The tools he carries looks well used, and I'm sure his strength could be better used than berating poor Bo Yi. So file this canal card in history. Then I'm going to find card 4 and I'll put it under huts and canals for future games, and then find card 5 and I place it face up in my exhausted pile. Well, I guess that'll help my deck. So 4 is going to be this new one that's going to go in for my stuff, and then 5 is going to be this guy who is going to give us 2 wood, and so it's like the other one that I had before. They give 2 wood, and if you discard them, another thing. My deck is extremely small. I only have 4 there. Okay, so here's where we're at now. We need a miracle. We need the wood. So let's get rid of this guy to get wood. If I want to try to build something to get some guys. I have a ton of cowrie shells. Actually, instead of doing that to get the wood, I'm going to spend cowrie shells instead. So I'm going to spend 3 cowrie shells to get 1 wood. So then we can build one of these and maybe be able to fight off one of these guys. I think that's what I'm going to have to do. Even though I don't have any laborers. I could get another laborer, but that's not going to help. Let's see. This counts as a blue or a red. I would need another laborer, and I would need another. I'm not going to be able to. Yeah, I think this is going to be the end of me because I have to fight at least 2 of these guys to move on. So let's just play it out and see what happens. Let's build a hut. So I'm going to build this hut. Yeah. For a brick, 3 wood, and a labor. Or not a hut, outpost. And we're going to choose this one. And we're going to take a... Let's go ahead and take a rider. Why not? I'm going to have to take this card in hopes of not dying. I'm going to spend this one to get a provision and a cowrie shell. I am going to spend 4 cowrie shells to get a laborer. Okay, so that gets me 1 step closer to fighting a guy. I'm going to, if I use this, and the flood advances, which is fine, I guess. And I would get a cowrie shell. Maybe I can get something I'll need. Why not? Do this. I'll get a cowrie shell. The flood's going to advance because I'm going to have to shuffle this. And I get the top card. Okay, it's this guy. Which I guess I'm just going to have to get rid of him. I get 2 wood, and I'll get another rider. So then I'll spend these, and I need a provision. So 1 provision to fight him, 2 riders and a fighter. I get a cowrie shell. I get to draw the top card, which is more provisions, and this guy's gone. I have nobody. Let's spend this. I get a provision and a cowrie shell. I will spend the 4 cowrie shells to gain a laborer. And I think that's where this road is going to end. Well, I guess not technically. I think I have 1 more round here. So let's get another provision. I don't think I died because let's spend this. Let's get him. I'm gonna need the deck. And I think we're done there. Yeah. That's that. Oh no, I am gonna die. That's right. This is gonna be the end. All right, so I will finish my actions. The barge comes back. I'm gonna get attacked. So I don't have a yellow. I have the white. I don't have the blue. I have the thing. So I'm gonna lose 2 cards. 1, 2. Paid it. Now we're gonna reset. 4 cards. I need 3. And as soon as I get 7, I lose. So I shuffle. I get these 3. Boom. End of game. Lost. So we got to the end. Couldn't fight off the barbarian. So we take another loss card. And we're going to go with number 38. I'm hoping something good. I am feeling discouraged going 0-3. So we'll see. It says, Heavenly to Shanxi. What can I say but that I have tried? I am weary to my bones. That is very true. More people come to work every month, yet the barbarians grow just as quickly. I am constantly at war with these rebels, and all the time I must sacrifice workers and resources simply to be able to continue. And after all this, all the blood and sacrifice and sweat, I still fall short. I still cannot stop this flood. It may as well be a flood of men, for I cannot stop them either. What am I to do? What would you say to me? My darling, that I put too much on myself, that if I wish to succeed, I need to better use the people whom I have around me, and yes, perhaps you are right. Maybe I need to focus less on what I can do and more on how I can combine the skills of others to work better together. It could be that 2 men working as one might make up for the loss of a third. And should we face more barbarians, it may be that a cord of 3 is not so easily broken. So I reveal, I take this card, I stick it in the defeated thing, and I find card 32 or 52, and I'm going to see what I get. It's 1 card, so I don't know what it's going to do. 52, card number 52. Okay, this looks like a different. Okay, something different. It says, for future games, this place this fortuity card face up alongside the board. It has an ongoing ability that provides you with 1 additional provision during the harvest. Oh, thank you. Yay, good things. Additionally, you may choose to file this fortuity card in the box under history to gain 1 worker of each color. Doing so will remove the futility card from ongoing ability for the rest of the campaign. So I can trash this and get 5 guys, or I keep it and I like the additional harvest. So I obviously am not going to want to trash this too early. I'm going to have to make sure, maybe if it was like my 6th loss facing my 7th loss. But anyway, all right, we're going to have to give that a try for the next time. So I still have another food shortage, but now we at least get a little bit of help here. So that's going to do it for the third round of Legacy of You. I'm now 0-3, which is horrible. So, if you want to continue to watch this train wreck, please check back in when we post the fourth video, and we will see just how quickly or slowly I win. No, let's be honest, lose that game. So, until next time, please like, comment, subscribe, and click the little bell icon so you get a notification for when the next loss is going to be coming. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.